That's ISO.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out.
All right, folks, welcome to The Wealth Ladder. This is a podcast where we connect with business owners and entrepreneurs, and they deconstruct their path to success so that way you can replicate it. Today, we have a very special young lady. I'll let her introduce herself, and we'll take it from there.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I am Celia Cortes. I am the co-founder of Global Action Institute. I am a security professional. I run a company called Draco Group. I've got 5 short-term rental properties that I self-manage. And this year, our focus has been Global Action Institute, the nonprofit, and giving back to people with all the success that we've found in our businesses over the last few years.
Oh, amazing. It sounds like you have a lot going on. Please tell us how you got started in regards to short-term rentals, because I want to focus in on that.
Oh, absolutely. So our short-term rental journey started because I love to travel. My husband loves to travel. We are people who really enjoy going places and having that cultural experience when you get to go somewhere else. But growing up, I spent a lot of time in Key Largo, in the Florida Keys. We went to Key Largo one time. A friend of mine is an agent down there. She said, hey, you should buy one of these places. It'll allow you to come down. And when you're not here, you can rent it. They do really well. So bought our first one in Key Largo at the end of 2018. And it was doing beautifully for a few months, and then we all know what happened in 2020. Florida shut down for 3 months. But in the 3 months that it was shut down, the rent we made from the previous months more than paid for that. So we realized it was a lucrative business if you did it right. And then we started buying more, and it was easy. It was an easy process. I should say it was an easy process for me based on my personality and how I do it, and I like to learn. And it was beneficial for the kind of lifestyle that we wanted to live too.
Amazing. I'll say this. For anyone that has not been to the Florida Keys, beautiful. You've picked an amazing destination for your short-term rental. So
always warm there. Always warm. You feel like you're living in the islands. You don't even feel like Florida. It's amazing.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't even feel like America at times. It just feels like its own little hidden hideaway.
They call it the Conch Republic.
Okay, she's going deep in the bag. And for anybody who hasn't had comp, you're missing out. COVID shut you down, but you were able to accumulate enough from the 3 months to make it. What would you tell business owners and entrepreneurs that are looking to get into short-term rental about the ups and downs and how they could prepare for something like that?
The first thing would be, don't jump on a bandwagon just because you think it's going to be successful overnight. You've got to do a lot of research. You got to research your markets. You got to research your clientele. You have to understand what the local laws and rules and regulations are, because sometimes you're not going to be able to make money somewhere, especially if the rules are going to change, or if the city councils, we don't want us to. So to be successful, it takes a lot of research to begin with. Me personally, we don't buy anything that's not in a true vacation rental market. It is not on the beach, somewhere that our bag economy is before going on vacation. I don't miss it. It's a personal preference of mine. I know people very successful in urban areas. It doesn't work for me. Research the market, buy the right type of property that you're going to be able to handle and that want to come to you. And then you got to pour or take cool and amenities. And if you make it a place where people feel like home, they're going to want to come back again.
Wow. You know what? There's 2 things that I took away from what you said is the strategy that works for you, because I've met with other short-term rental business owners, and it seems like everybody has their niche. And I love that you say that if it doesn't feel like a vacation, it's not for me. I love that. How did you come up with that strategy? Was it just you've always had it, or you like places where you could go to and just disconnect?
So I am my own kind of person that I want to rent to. We are a family of 5. It's my husband and our 3 kids. I know where we want to go on vacation. I know popular tourist destinations. So that's where other people want to go as well. We don't buy in a place that we would be like, I don't want to go there. Why would you do that? Because I am my avatar. young families, young kids, like travel. They're not going to be there for 3 months at a time. They're going to come in for a week long or less and go. So we chose our spots based on what we're looking for and based on clientele that we want to serve.
Oh, awesome. I don't want to say so, since you have a focus on the family, it seems like, what are some of the amenities that your short-term rentals have to make sure that families feel welcome when they're in your space?
Well, number one, most important, I don't care who you are, comfortable bed. You don't sleep well, you're going to wake up in the morning cranky. The kids are going to annoy you. First and foremost, comfortable beds, nice sheets, a lot of pillow options because people like flat pillows, people like fluffy pillows, people like big pillows. So pillow options, comfortable beds to sleep in. And then after that, you want to wake up, want to have a good cup of coffee, if you're a coffee drinker. Give them options, right? Put out nice other coffee, entertain. So if they're not out and about, keep mama happy by having household some books and toys and games and things in the house that the kids are going to enjoy if they're not used to, or different games. And if the kids are happy, parents are going to be happy. Parents are happy, it's going to be a successful trip.
Wow. You know what? You smoking like a true mama bear. I love that. Folks, she's giving you a recipe from A to Z on how to keep your folks happy. You know what? Let's dive into here. Give us another challenge that you had in building this business, that if you could give somebody 1 or 2 nuggets so that way they know what to look for. Because oftentimes when we get into a business, we're all gung-ho and we see the sunshines and rainbows. And oftentimes it's those 1 or 2 little nuggets that we did not look that could end up being a little turd that we step into. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to give you an example from yesterday in my situation. I got a text from my cleaner that the guest had put bottle caps down the garbage disposal. So now my garbage disposal is burnt out and I have to replace it. So I will tell you the number one most important thing is to have a good team, cleaning team and a handyman team. People that are there for you when you need them, people that will go out of their way and be there for you. And the way to keep your team, find your team, vet them, ask for information from other people, ask for references. And when you find a good team, you got to treat them so well. Pay them well. If they want 150, give them 160. If they want 300, give them 320. And then bonus them. When you get 5-star reviews and they're doing an amazing job, bonus them. And for my people, for their birthdays, I send them money. For Mother's Day, I send them a little gift. For extra going out of their way for us. What's $50 for us when someone is going out of their way, when they're making our business successful, they're making our guests happy? What's $50 in the grand scheme of things? It's not much, well worth it. So don't nickel and dime your handyman team and your cleaning team, because I got that message yesterday. I called my handyman and he said, listen, the swamp, what?
Absolutely right with that. We have to realize if we're not doing something to be on the forefront of people's minds, then they're going to put us on the back burner when it comes to emergencies like that, because you're asking them to go out of the norm of their routine or their work operation in order to save your butt.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And you know what? That is an amazing tip. Folks, take care of your people and your people will take care of them. Matter of fact, I want to piggyback off that. Since you said a lot of the properties that you have are vacation, are you near your properties? Are you remote? Talk to us about that strategy.
Yeah, so I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. All properties are in Key Largo, Florida, Destin, Florida, Perdido Key, Florida, Gulf Shores, Alabama, and Punta Cana, Dominican Republic.
International.
Yes, we are far away from our property. So the closest one is a 5.5-hour drive. And I get down there. I try to visit all of them quarterly. My favorite one is in Key Largo, so I get down there many times a year. But it's okay. It's okay that I'm not there because I've got a good team. Calls me when they say, hey, this is broken or that went down or we got to fix this. And they help me do it. They help me get it taken care of. I am remote. I manage everything myself on top of managing a business, a nonprofit, husband, and 3 kids. You can do it if you do it right.
Awesome. So to me, that speaks to your leadership and team building. In regards to how do you manage it all?
Oh, that time management. Time management is the key to success in all things, right? Blocking off your calendar for certain things, right? We were here today. We talked to each other a little bit and you asked for availability. I didn't have a whole lot to give you, but boom, you made it work in that time frame. Have a calendar that you keep. You know exactly what you're going to do on certain days. And it's fine to be flexible, but time management is the key to success. Don't sleep till noon as you feel like it. Don't spend 5 hours on social media scrolling through nonsense. Nonsense. I'll give you a little tip that you didn't even ask for. On Monday mornings, I delete Instagram and Facebook from my phone. I take it off my phone, put it back on Friday morning, check in, what's going on. If I need to be on those platforms for something, I need to post for someone, I need to respond to someone, I will come to my computer, I will go through the struggle of logging in the hard way on a browser, do what I gotta do, and then get off. Because social media, as fun as it is, designed as a time sucker. It's designed to take our attention away from our goals and our mission, and we can't allow that to happen. That's one of the things I do to help me stay time focused.
I love that. And you know what? And I want to piggyback off this, since I know you're a mom of 3. Talk to us about time blocking for the ones that are in your family, your loved ones. How do you make time for them?
Oh, that's priority, right? They're number one. So our kids just started a new school recently. They're in a hybrid school. So they start school at 9 a.m. and they're out at 2:45. That does not leave you a whole lot of time. And meanwhile, it's 45 minutes from our house. So it does not leave a whole lot of time. So that means when we get back from dropping them off, it's got to be real hardcore. And then when they get home, you know that although you can still get some work done while they're doing their schoolwork, the focus is a little bit on them. It's shifted on them. And then after 5 o'clock, that's it. Unless there's a meeting, a call, something urgent, you got to focus on your family. Because there's an old saying that when you're on your deathbed, you're never going to say, I wish I worked longer hours. Never. You say, I wish I spent more time with my kids. I wish I did my hobbies that I loved more. I wish that I went outside more. So while working and business are really important, what's more important is to structure it around your family so that you can have that family time. You can work when you need to work, and you can be there for your family when they need you.
That is absolutely true. You're absolutely true about that deathbed. I have yet to meet a person that says, hey, you know what? My dad, my mom's, my grandma's last words were, hey, I wish I had 1 more hour in the office. No one ever says that. Mm-hmm. So, folks, we all have our passion. We all have a purpose. But don't forget, at the end of the day, the reason why we get up and we work so hard is for the ones that are around us, whether it's kids, family members, parents, you name it. Those are the central core battery that keeps us going. So I want to pay especially focus to that, because I know oftentimes on social media, these podcasts, people are telling you about these great organizations that they built. But folks, the core purpose and passion that gets most people out of bed today is the people around them. All right. For the entrepreneurs and business owners out there who see you and they're like, man, how can I get to your level? What would you tell them? What will be the baby steps you tell them to take?
Discipline is first, right? Discipline. If you have the motivation and you want to get there and you're ready, then it's first. You have to say to yourself, all right, what is my objective? What do I want to accomplish? Once you determine what you're going to accomplish, how are you going to accomplish that? You got to put pen to paper sometimes and sit down and write it all out and have a plan. Because if you say, oh, I want to own 5 short-term rental properties, and then tomorrow you spend 5 hours on social media about STRs in 20, 30-second snippets, that's not going to help you get there. So have a discipline in forming your plan, follow through with that plan, connect with the right people, go to the right resources. Because as we know, a lot of people, interest rates were low, but prices were crazy for properties. You have people who are buying properties like the Smoky Mountains for 30% over their value. And now the struggle for payments. So don't jump into something just because. Develop a plan, develop your resources, utilize the folks around you, come to conferences where they can teach you about what you need to do and how you need to do it. I was speaking at the STR Growth Conference in Austin, Texas. They're an amazing group of people. They have curated this intimate event where we bring these people together to pour into all of and help those those who are starting from the beginning and had no experience, up to those who want to get a little bit better. So build a conferences like that. Go talk to those kind of people who can help you grow in what it is that you're doing. But you got to have motivation, discipline.
You're absolutely right. And shout out to the STR Growth Summit because they help make this interview possible. I want to speak to also mentorship because a lot of folks have a grand idea or on social media or they're watching YouTube University and they want to get into a space like you're in. Did you have a mentor or you're a self-starter who just was able to figure it out on your own?
I did. So I started off, my friend and my agent who first helped me buy my Key Largo property. She was my first mentor, but she was also still learning along the way. And so we were trying to help each other. And then I found Bill Faith, and Bill runs the STR Build Short-Term Rental Wealth. And in the Build Short-Term Rental Wealth group, I joined Mastermind in the beginning, and I developed a really nice group of people who were on the same page. And then at the time, Bill was great. He provided me a lot of insight, knowledge, and information. But then you got to make space for new people to come in and step into his world. So I stepped out of that a little bit. I'm still very active in clubs and supporting people and people that I met there. But you got to have leadership around you that know how to do what you want to do. It's real hard to jump into something that you've never done.
You're absolutely right. And thank you for sharing in regards to your ascension, your journey. And I think it's important for a lot of folks to realize, like when you see someone that is great at what they do like this, there's always something behind the curtain. It's no different than education. There's stepping stones, whether it's from high school to college to grad school. There's an ascension that we have to go through, and there are always mentors along the way. And sometimes we graduate from our mentors and we do bigger things from our mentor, but we all have to start with a base and foundation. And I'm glad that you were able to share that because most folks will look at you and be like, man, she's a rock star. I'll never be able to get to that. Folks, don't look at where she's at right now because I'm starstruck and she's only a few feet away from me. If you have to look at the ascension, breadcrumbs, everybody, it starts with one step. Don't look at the entire marathon. Just put one foot in front of the others. And I thank you for sharing that. The next thing I want to ask you about is any milestones or achievements that you were able to hit so far. Can you please share them with us?
Oh, my whole life is an achievement and a milestone. I work. So every property we buy was a new achievement and a new milestone. I wanted to go somewhere international. I'm from Puerto Rico. I really wanted to buy something there.
Well,
but the infrastructure there is not reliable. Unfortunately, my own people on the island, it's hard. I tried hard to find a security at the time with what work. My own people there said, listen, you're probably going to have a hard time being efficient, being reliable, being willing to work. We're seeing that here in the continental United States too, but I just couldn't do it there. So I wanted to buy some international, because DR for my birthday, I don't know, 3 years ago or something. And it's similar, right? The climate is similar, the language is the same, the people are pretty similar. So we decided to buy there because we wanted somewhere international. Puerto Rico is part of the United States, so you didn't like to be on an island. You have to make planes to get there. And if you go there, it's because you really wanted to go. It's not, it's convenient for me to drive to this weekend. I wanted somewhere that people really had in their hearts to travel to. So for that reason, I chose Dominican Republic. And that was a big milestone and achievement for us in the STR business. In our security business, primarily where we spend most of our time, our biggest achievement for us is installing appropriate school security training to protect our kids. It's sad. I don't want to bring the vibe down, but there's all kinds of bad stuff happening in the world in general. And we got to pretend. So we focus a lot on school security, developing security programs for the schools. And every new school that we bring on, we can help make those kids safer. That's
Oh my God, you're like a real life superhero.
You talked about the nonprofit yet. I love our nonprofit.
You know what? This is a space to talk about it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, sure. So Global Action Institute is actually the reason that I'm going to be at the STR Wealth Conference. I met the guys and gals who put the conference, the STR Growth Conference together. I met them at the STR Wealth Conference. Sorry, I switched those names. But I met them at the STR Wealth Conference. They created the STR Growth Conference. And although I've got 5 successful short-term rentals, it was my nonprofit that really prompted them to have me join them. Because just so you know, they are the only STR conference that I know that is donating a portion of their proceeds to your nonprofit. So you want to talk about giving back? So Global Action Institute is formed by myself, my husband, a desire to help other people, but to know who we would help, where that money was, because we would philanthropic people. You'd love to get that. But how do you feel when you give money to somebody and you don't know where it's going or what they're doing with it? Did the CEO buy a jet? Did you go out to a $3,000 dinner? We don't know. Global Action Institute, they're all about transparency. Tell our donors, hey, you can make your donation and then you can ask us, hey, what did you guys do with that donation? And we spill the beans because we believe in transparency. So we do things, safety and security is what our focus is, but not just physical safety and security. We focus on food safety and water safety. So, we help plan to garden to Baltimore, provided medical equipment to a community in need. We provided emergency vehicles for a village or mobility needed it. So we give back to things that are important to us that are going to make a huge difference for newbie, village, people. Because we know that everybody needs help sometimes. We want to be helpful and transparent for our village.
Awesome. You know what? With that being said, please tell the folks out there, and we're also going to have all the information below the video, but please tell the folks that want to donate how and where they can find you.
That would be wonderful. Everything counts. A dollar counts, or everything counts. So if you go to GAIcares.org, so it's like Global Action Institute, but just the initials because that's a real long name. So www.GAIcares.org. There are links there, and you can see our page, what we're doing, what we've done. All the photos that you see on there are our photos. Some of them are like these beautiful, majestic mountain backgrounds with this vehicle in the picture. That's actually a vehicle we provided for this remote village. Everything that you see there is ours, no stock images. And we put together this organization because you and I, and everybody listening right now, watching right now, we have the ability to make a difference in someone else's life. Even if we are not wealthy, even if we don't really have money to give, you can give of your time. You can give of your knowledge. If you're like, listen, I don't have money to give, but I can sell envelopes for you. But I can share with on my social media. But I can talk to my manager at work, who every year we give donations to a certain thing. Maybe this year we'll give to your organization. Everybody can do something to help somebody else, and we should.
Awesome. You know what? With all this, how do you find the work-life balance? How do you balance it all?
Again, it comes down to time management, right? You got to manage your time. You have to be disciplined in managing your time. We work really hard. My husband and I, our friends are like, dang, how do y'all do this? We work really hard, but we also have a ton of fun. We go on week-long camping trips with our kids twice a year, and we take a lot of trips in the summer to travel certain places. And you got to put it in your mind that, okay, work is important, and I want to get this done. I want to accomplish this. But at the same time, that we talked about, you've got to recognize that in the end, how many hours with kids as much as how many memories you made with them and how often you spend time with them. So manage your time wisely. If you and your spouse, and that, if you have downtime with your spouse, don't watch next to each other, scroll through social media, talk to each other. Hey, what's the week about? Do this week that I didn't know about? What's coming up next week? Where should we go next? What should we do next? You have anything that you heard about or saw recently that you want to share with the kids? Have open dialogue and conversations, because we're losing that, I feel like, as a society. Not communicating effectively. Develop your work-life balance, disciplining yourself and managing your time, but develop your reputation in your relationship by having open, honest conversations and letting the distraction go.
You know what? I love that. And I'm going to use that to piggyback on our next topic. And I love how you address about unplugging and being present in your relationship. And so talk to us about future outlook. What does the future look like for yourself?
I'm in the process of getting my pilot's license, but I want to be able to have the freedom to fly my family to different destinations. Culture is really important for us, for our kids. We travel to remote places in Ecuador, or even we go to Puerto Rico, so where my family's from, where there's still no hot water. There's no hot water heater. You want hot water, you better wrap the pipe with the heating pad to get like lukewarm water. So we want to be able to expose our kids to culture. Part of the some people to be able to travel freely with our family. Future for us is getting our businesses established in a way that pretty much self-run. So our FPR business, thank the Lord, I've gotten it to a point where it's very infrequent that I've got to go hands-on, like 10 hours a day. So the issue yesterday with garbage disposal of nestled property, and they destroyed linens and all kinds of stuff. My first issue ever, 2019, my first major problem. So that took me probably about 2 hours between talking to my cleaner, talking to Airbnb, and talking to the guest. But having your business on autopilot, when you get to a point where you're established and comfortable where you are, but you implement procedures in place so that you can have freedom and do what you want to do. So that is our end, to have our businesses running on semi-on autopilot where we can enjoy our lives a lot.
All right. And the folks who are out there will kill me if I don't ask you this, because I originally started in funding. How were you able to fund these amazing businesses and as well as a nonprofit that you have? Talk to us about it.
Absolutely. The nonprofit is 100% funded by donors. So we've got people like you, our friends, who say, hey, we want to be able to give back. And some people, they don't really care about giving back. They just want the tax write-off. That's okay too. That's no problem.
Okay. We can't knock it.
For your taxes, that's no problem. But in the back of their minds, they know they're doing good. So Global Action Institute is funded 100% by donors. We kicked it off the $10,000 first open kit to wanted to get started. But now it's free flowing. We've got amazing attorney. We've got amazing board. So that takes care of itself. Our security business didn't take a lot of money to get it started, but boy, oh boy, that's where all the money comes from. So Draco Group, you can find us on social. Really cool photos behind world that Draco Group official on Instagram or Draco Group on Facebook. We are an organization that provides security for all kinds. Got celebrities who we do security for, executive protection, and we build security programs for schools and churches and corporations. And that's where a lot of our funds come from. And then the funds that we make from our security business at Draco Group allows us to buy to rental properties. I joke with my husband that we've got a security business that funds my real estate app. It's fun. I love real estate. I love investing. We're also syndicators, so we invest in syndications, and our security business allows us to fund all. So I can tell you that we did start off with nothing and build our business. I can't tell you that this level of successful if you don't have some kind of fund to start it.
All right. You know what? This has been an amazing, and I could sit here with you for hours because you have a wealth of knowledge, experience, just a about you. And the fact that we have that same Caribbean heritage, that's something we'll talk about at another time. Please leave us with some lasting inspirational words so we could get the next Miss Cortez out there. We could get her juices flowing and get her ready to run through a brick wall.
Absolutely. You have to take a step back, take a deep breath, and know that you can do it. But you have to want to do it. You have to be motivated to do it. Then you have to be disciplined to do it. And then you've got to sit down and create a plan for yourself and have follow through with yourself. If you want to achieve something, it's much harder to do it by yourself. Tell your best friends, hey girl, I'm going to buy my first short-term rental property by the end of 2023. That's not very far away. Man, and you have accountability and a friends can do this too. While I am very grateful for the brain that I was born with, knowledge that I've been able to attain over the years, I'm not a superhero. I'm nothing that you can be also. So sit down, Tell yourself that you can do it and get it done. There are a lot of resources out there for you. A lot of the resources from the STR Growth Summit are there for you. If you want to build a short-term rental business, it's not very achievable, right? Besides people, most importantly, discipline to get it done.
Awesome sauce. You know what? Let the folks know, because you do a lot, folks. Let the folks know where they can find you and connect with you. And folks, please pull out your pen and pad.
Sure. So personally, I don't do a ton of like personal posting, but on Instagram, you can find me at Celia's Sunset. I don't know if there's an underscore in there somewhere, but if you put in Celia Cortes, you might find me. That tells you how much I use it. But Draco Group Official is our security business, and then Sun Life Vacation Homes on Instagram as well, and then Global Action Institute. You put all of those into social media, they'll all pop up. And our websites are all the same, right? DAIcares.org. And then we've got dracogroup.com and sunlifevacationhomes.com. They're all places that you can come check us out. And if I gave you the wrong handle, you can get it from the website. But I love people. I like talking to folks. I'm all about people. I'm like, oh, you should charge for this. I'm not really interested in charging with a teaching a phone call. So if you're interested in learning more or connecting, I'm more than happy to do that.
Oh, wow. Folks, you got a nugget if you stay to the end. Thank you. Like I said during this interview, you're a real live superhero. We'll call you Wonder Woman. You do a lot of amazing things. Folks, she's going to be at the ST Growth Summit in Austin, Texas. Don't miss her. And if you do miss her there, don't forget about the other amazing places you connected to, whether it's the short-term rentals, whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's the security business where she is literally helping keep our children safe with the policies, procedures, and security that she's putting in place. Thank you for being on the Wealth Pod. She has me tongue-tied, but much appreciated.
Absolutely. It's truly my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you and to talking to your listeners.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right. You take care.
Man, you are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up. She got her hands on her knees and she bringing that cake out. Smoke it up.